This is Jacqueline. Today is December 2nd, 2010, and our group talk topic today was money and shopping. So, some of the things that we talked about were what we are usually buying at this point in our lives, whether it's clothing or accessories or things for our house, for example. So some of us are buying used clothing, some of us are buying online for our house, and also clothing for ourselves or for our partners, our husbands or boyfriends, for example. Some new vocabulary that we looked at today was, the first one was a priority. So it's a noun, a priority. And the verb is to prioritize. And a priority is something or someone that is more important to you or to me than other things. So, for example, my highest priority is my family. So if there's a list, at the top is my family. So this is the most important. And that's the use of the noun, so priority. And to use the verb, I need to prioritize my family over my work. So this is, I need to make my family more important than my work. And then there's a few phrases that you can say with this noun or verb. So to have other priorities or to have higher priorities, for example. In a sentence, I used to like shopping very much, but now I have other priorities. So now there are other things that are more important to me than shopping, like family, for example. And then the second thing we looked at was the transitive verb to regret. So this is to be very sorry for doing something or very sorry for saying something, for example. And the noun is I'll regret. So in a sentence, to use the verb, I regret buying these expensive shoes. I should try to save money. So I feel really bad for spending so much money on shoes. In another sentence, sometimes after I buy something, I regret it. So I feel bad for buying it. To use the noun, my biggest regret is not going to university. So that's a regret. And then the last one, I feel a lot of regret. And then we looked at the adjective spontaneous. So this is describing an action that is done without much thought or done very quickly. So in an example, I was very spontaneous when I was younger. So this means when I was younger, I used to do anything without thinking very much about it, and it's a very free or liberated person. So I was very spontaneous. Or I am a very spontaneous person. So in general, I do lots of things without thinking about the different consequences maybe or the effects. You just do it. So this is very spontaneous. And with spontaneous, the adverb is spontaneously, and it's often used for buying things. So we can say, I spontaneously bought a flight to New York for the weekend. Or I spontaneously bought a $500 bag. So you just bought it really quickly and you didn't think very much about it and you just bought it. So it's often used with buying things. You buy something spontaneously. In another sentence, I spontaneously drove to Osaka last night. So I just got up and drove there. I didn't think very much about it. And then we looked at to be arrested or to get arrested. This is when a person breaks the law and they get caught by the police. So the man was arrested for shoplifting. So that's to be arrested. And to get arrested, I saw a court judgment of a man who got arrested for possessing drugs. And the last new noun was a ballot. So this is the piece of paper you use when you vote. So in an example, we counted the ballots after the vote. So just a little piece of paper, you check the name or you write the name of your vote. And just two things people had difficulty with was the first phrase was, do you usually go with your wife or yourselves? And so the correct way to say this is, do you usually go with your wife or by yourself? So you're just one person, so it's just self, not selves. And we say by yourself or by myself. And the last thing, both of these phrases are okay, but the second one is more common and more natural to say. So when talking about getting your money for your work, when I get my pay. So this is okay, my pay is the money that I make, but more common is when I get paid. So that's the last thing we learned in the group talk. And I hope you learned something. Thank you. Bye-bye.